I just finished listening to Jessie from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives interview that she did with the Vile Files, the first part of it. And I had a couple thoughts as someone who grew up Mormon and has since left the Mormon church. First, some context into the Mormon church that I'm sure will surprise nobody, but we are quite literally raised that patriarchy is from God and that men being in charge and holding God's authority is something that men and men only are ordained and called to do, is to be God's mouthpiece, to lead families, and to lead the Mormon church in general. So I don't think anybody is surprised when they watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and find out that the husbands are not very great guys. Because as women in Mormonism, we are literally raised to be the ultimate pick-me's and told that it is godly and that is our calling. On the show, they talk so much about breaking down the patriarchy, but not seeing that just because you have a full-time job and are making more money than your husband does not mean that you are breaking down the system that is holding you to a disadvantage. That shows up the most in these women's marriages. Even Jessie's, even though she's left Mormonism within her marriage to continue to uphold the patriarchy. And I mean that by protecting Jordan, continuing on with the lie that they were separated so that it would protect his masculinity and he wouldn't be emasculated by this cheating scandal coming to light, and by the way that she treated Jen when we found out that her husband was also showing emotional abuse towards her. And it was encouraging to hear during that video that she has begun the process to decenter men when it comes to protecting them and putting them ahead of herself and her well-being. Because I feel like during season 3, we didn't get into the nitty-gritty of what Jordan was actually doing to her, and the fact that he blackmailed her and would continually taunt and telling her that he's going to put this out. And she didn't even get into details of the worst stuff because she said she didn't want her kids to hear that. Whether Jessie and Jordan decide to stick together, I hope she continues to center herself and her female relationships, because the biggest tools of patriarchy is to have women detach from themselves and other women around them. We see this come up in Secret Lives a lot when we hear the constant trope from Dakota and Zach about how toxic these women are. Instead of encouraging conflict resolution and having self-accountability for how toxic they are in their own relationships.